different. Selling records makes you go, you know what? If you really rock with me, go buy my album. Go buy my album. Don't just play it. Go buy it. Own it. Have a piece of my legacy and my history that's yours. Go buy it.
What's up, everybody? I go by the name of Keith Keys. Welcome to another episode of On the Mic. And on this episode, we have with us, brother, you should already know if you've been here on the channel. We've been kicking it for a little bit, but we had to get the recording going, get the camera on. None other than William Bowser, the one and only from WBMixing.com, also Quality Touch Studios. William, we're back.
What is up? What is up, man? How's everybody been? Man, I feel like it's always been forever, but it's never that long now.
It's never that long. So guys, before we get into this, if you would hit the like button, subscribe button, notification bells for more videos like this. And on today, we're going to talk about a plethora of things. First, what's new with you, William? What's been going on with you? What are the new things going
on? I have successfully started a marketing company over the last several months, or at this point, actual 7 months. We have charted every single artist that we have literally ever worked with so far. And of course, by the time you post this up, it'll be past the time. But you will actually be the first person to hear that one of the artists that we charted, Colt Graves, is actually signing to Timbaland's Mosley Music Group. Actually.
Wow, that's crazy.
So yeah, it's a very, very, very exciting time right now, and we all feel highly blessed and are super excited for everything coming this way with Colt. On top of that, I actually, me and my partner, we actually started a design company as well for designing plaques for artists. So you can come to us to design your plaque that you're going to get from places like Jewel Box Platinum and the other notable plaque places that are located both here in America and overseas. That has been incredible. For those that don't know, I actually have spent a good majority of my life before music doing commercial art and graphic design. So for myself, it was more or less that itch of being able to get back into being hands-on in designing again and having my hand on like the artist's creativity part and the creative side to help people have something that they're going to have forever. You know what I mean? That stamps a moment in time for their success and their greatness. We also did a record for the Army that turned out extremely amazing.
Hey.
Actually, the Army record was that was just an amazing moment in time, and they've been performing the records all over the world. So we have now made history as working with America's very first rappers in the Army. So wow. We have a lot more to come with that as well. So I really can't wait for that. As always, full-time dad. So I'm waiting for one of them to come through this door. Because that's always how it is, no matter what I do. I can be talking to the President of the United States. Guess what? One of my kids will come by. Hey, Dad. What you doing, Dad? So love that still. And yeah, man, just more success. It's Grammy season now. So a lot of the records that we've worked really hard on. I got my first 7 Billboard achievements this year. So that felt amazing. And I actually achieved one of my goals, which was with one of my friends and partners, HV the engineer. For his project, he had almost every major notable artist from the DMV on it. And it charted 2 different charts on Billboard.
Wow.
So that was incredible.
So this season you're obviously doing a lot and you're obviously achieving a lot. So let's talk about that for a second, because you not only are you created a marketing agency, and you're not only helping artists out in that capacity now, but you're still engineering. You're still doing.
Still mixing records, man.
You're still mixing records every day, and you low key, tried to humble brag a little bit, but you said your first 7
Oh
Billboard.
yeah.
So like not your first, but your first 7. So it's crazy to even say that. So how let's talk about that. So how do you chart? How are you charting all of the how like what are you doing, in order to see that type of success, as from a record, from somebody sitting on the creative side of the record, and then also from obviously the marketing side or the agency side of actually charting and stuff like that. How are you doing that? Like what do we have to do? What's going on with that?
So that is the $1,000,000 question, which a lot of folks always ask. There are a lot of people that think they understand it, and it's funny because a lot of people overcomplicate it. So you will be the first person I fully explain it to on camera. Um, to keep it simple, you only chart on iTunes, Amazon Music, and Billboard through sales. You got to sell the record. How we grew up in the 90s, early 2000s, mid 2000s, all that, that's what you do. You sell
All right,
records.
so let me ask you then right there. How do we sell? It's crazy that I'm even asking this question. But in this day and age of streaming and 0.000 whatever number you want to put, you know, of a dollar of a sale, of a stream, well, how do you sell these records to even get an opportunity to land yourself in a placement on a chart? Like, what's going on?
So it's actually a lot easier than most people think. So number one, when you're selling your records, you're selling records. You're not waiting for 1,500 streams to equal the dollar or to count as a sale. You're selling records. Your goal and the look of it is different when you're selling records. Because see, that's the thing. Most people, when it comes to streams, they just want play my stuff, share my stuff, play it, play it, play it. When you're selling records look different. Selling records makes you go, you know what? If you really rock with me, go buy my album. Go buy my album. Don't just play it. Go buy it. Own it. Have a piece of my legacy and my history that's yours. Go buy it. You get more. People feel more connected. That's why I said it's a lot simpler than most people think because we've been doing it. Excuse me. We've been doing it. We came up like this. Anybody from like the 90s and the early 2000s, this is how we came up, selling records, actually getting out there, selling this CD. Hey, you should listen to my song with a CD player in your hand, AirPod in your hand, iPod in your hand. Dude, this is how we came up. Selling records is easy, actually. It's not hard to sell records when people like what you're showing them. And that's the thing, most records, when it comes to a single, are $1 and some change. So the goal is to use the network that I already have along with my team, which is pretty vast. And we can use that to spread people out and say, hey, go listen to this record. Hey, go buy this record. And that's the thing. That's the part that makes it work for everybody. Because now again, we're selling records. Selling records. And that's it. Has nothing to do with streaming, which a lot of folks, it's always been funny. A lot of folks always feel like, oh, it's the streams and you got to get the streams up. No, that got nothing to do with selling records. It has nothing to do with selling records. Streams equal to the money. Like the goal is always to sell records. So streams go uphill. The thing that I work on is already at the top of the heap. So I don't got to worry about nothing else. You see what I'm saying? You don't put it this way. I don't need thousands of streams, hundreds of thousands, millions of streams on Spotify. I don't. I don't need that to chart on iTunes. I just got to sell records that are on iTunes.
So let me ask you this, because I know the landscape has changed vastly in the way how consumers consume music now. So with streaming involved, I'm assuming that the volume of records being sold are less than in previous years. So is it almost like the threshold has altogether has kind of decreased as far as how many records you actually need to get on these charts, or do you still have to sell the same amount of records that you would have had to sell, 10 years ago?
No. Again, you're 100% right. The volume has gone way down, super crazy down. But, but that's for the benefit of everybody because there are sites like Luminate that'll let you see how your competition is selling week by week.
Hmm.
You can see your competition. You can see how they're doing. And for myself, especially now that I'm in the market landscape, all I got to do is pull up these different sites, roll out the analytics, and literally compare to the closest group of 10 people, group of 20 people. And now what we have is this breakdown comparison chart. And from there, let AI do the rest, baby. And then from there, I can make more educated decisions to have a bigger and better impact for the artist and their career. And that's
Hmm.
the main goal. See, the charting part, here's the thing. A lot of folks, like I said, a lot of folks kind of get a lot of things confused about how me and my team, like how we move. I'm not a give me your money, I'm gonna do the job and walk away kind of person. That's never been me. I am a well, let's do this for your rollout kind of person. Let's let's get this together. Let's build you up. Let us get you to the place where you're celebrating your first plaque on a stage in front of your fans and people that believe in you. That's the kind of person I am. I love that because it gives everyone the opportunity to be who they always said they were. And now you get the chance to prove it.
So let me ask you this then, because I'm a engineer, I'm a producer, I work with a lot of artists, and on a relationship level as well. Like I'm more a part of your team than I am just a guy who's just doing your music, right? So how do people like who are in positions like I am, or other producers who are really hands-on and really involved with these artists, how do we, because when we talk about positioning yourself or doing things uh, for the record, like when we're trying to serve the record, and obviously since the music industry has changed from the labels being what they are with A&R and marketing budgets and them handling that stuff, and now the artist kind of has to do those things, and a lot of times they look towards the producer to really help out in that area sometimes if they don't have a manager, or even if even sometimes these managers don't even know, but they look towards the producer or the engineer because we sit in the seat every day and we work with so many people and we're in the industry and we are working in all these different areas that we should know or have an idea of how to help them push their record or further promote their record or make sure that the music that we just spent all this time working on is as successful as it can be. Now, I know that's not the case for every single person, but a lot of us, we, especially like if you're somebody like me, if you're most of the projects I work on, my handprint is on the whole entire project.
You know?
In one way, shape, or form. So it's like it's as I know it's their record, but it's as much as their my record as it is their record as well. So it's like I want to see it do well as also. So what do we do? What can we do to help further the music and the records that we're working on with these artists? How can we further help them push this music out to be better and greater and impact more people than what it usually is?
Well, to be honest, so first things first, you hire me.
Selfish.
And hey, look, I'm your golden ticket to be so here's I'll say it like this, and I'll explain why I said that. Right? It's not even for this the selfless promotion, right? But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, what I bring to the table with my team is my network. You see what I'm saying? My network is that. It is like that. It's not just, oh, well, I can do this, and this, and we're gonna take it here. No, it's about results. Because I grew up in that time frame of a whole bunch of guys and a whole bunch of ladies that were BS. They were just selling you dreams, bad promoters and stuff like that, or people that's promising to get you a deal. Excuse me. I'm not gonna get you the deal, but I can get you through the doors. I can walk you through the doors of your favorite record label. Is it gonna cost money? Yeah, it's gonna cost money. But guess what? You can walk in that door and make a brand new connection to help you get further to your dream goal. Not just lip service. That is my goal. Running this, I want to be different. I want people to achieve the things that they said they are down, willing, and if someone gave them a shot, they can achieve it. Oh yeah, well here you go. This is what you asked for. I'm going to deliver it. The reality is, most artists have they have that natural and healthy amount of distrust because of all the decades of things that they've seen our industry put artists through. That's really where that mistrust comes from. It's not even from personal experience. They're just like, man, I ain't trying to end up like the Temptations. Man, I ain't trying to end up like Destiny's Child. Man, I ain't trying to end up like you. Like, the list can go on and on and on. They're just not trying to end up like that. You see what I'm saying? I'm not trying to get robbed like Ray Charles' manager did to him. I'm not like, yeah, I understand that. I personally understand that. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give you what you asked for. And that's the thing, because I've been running a successful company. You're gonna get what you asked for because you're not gonna mess up my statistics. You know what I'm saying? I love the ability to say, yeah, I deliver 100%. I love that. I love to be able to say that. So no, I'm not gonna mess up my analytics just because of this little bit of change. But you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna help you get even closer and closer. Because at the end of the day, what better way to showcase what you can do than selling? Like I said, selling records. You're selling records. Even if the goal was to get signed, what looks better? That you got a couple million streams, or that you sold a couple thousand records?
So then let me ask you this. I know I kind of asked you this earlier, but I want to ask you this kind of in a different way, from a different perspective. Because you said, like, to that point, you have to sell records. Have to sell records, right? So now, from the artist perspective, a lot of artists are, because of the industry and the way it is, we may favor streaming more.
Well, that's by design.
We may favor for obvious reasons. They're more focused on getting those numbers up rather than trying to ask people to purchase their music, which is a weird psychology. However, society has kind of cultivated that, right? To where if it's not the norm and what everyone is doing, or what appears should be doing, then it's not going to get done. So how do they market themselves? 2023 is July 2023, middle of 2023, going into the third quarter. How do artists, how should they market themselves, you know what I'm saying, to achieve these type of goals? Because, like, I understand it's like, just sell a record, but it's hard to sell from an artist perspective. Sometimes it's hard for them to sell to people who, well, why would I do that if I just pull up Spotify and
So
just listen to it? So, like, what from your perspective, what are artists doing? How can artists that are on like this level take it up to that level, to that notch? How can they do that?
the easiest way and literally the most natural way they could possibly do it, guilt trips. I'm being 100%. I'm being 100% real with you. Look. This is gonna be the realest interview we probably ever done. Yeah, guilt trip. Hey, dog. Guess what? You say you love me. You say you support me. You really want to see me make it? Go buy my record. Seriously, like, why not? Our favorite artists do it to us every day. They literally do it to us every day. And just because there's a big company behind it doesn't mean the tactics are any different. It's just in your face from a machine's perspective. But on an individual basis, yeah, use the art of the guilt trip. Yes, hey, you love me? Show me. Prove it to me. Because your love and you buying my record is gonna help me keep doing these records. See, artists, this is the narrative that we have to change and the mindset we have to change first. So I'm speaking to the artists on your program. Dear artists, you have to adopt a hustler's mentality to your work, not your artistry, not to how you perceive the industry. You need to adopt a hustler's mentality to how you move in our industry, because from a hustler's perspective, use the tools that are available to you to increase your worth and value to those around you. Because you don't want to be bleeding money to do what you love. When people are around you 24/7 that say that they love you. Well, when I love somebody, I go out of my way to show them that. So as an artist, everyone might be like, well, there's different ways that you can show an artist love. True, but those ways are finite. They're not infinite. They're finite. And on that small or long list of different ways, is for you to buy my project, buy my single, keep me here. Because when you don't, streaming, listen, dog, let us not pretend we live in the beginning stages of streaming. I lived through that. You lived through that. Them days are long gone. So because those days are gone, everybody knows that if you buy something from an artist, it helps them out directly. We all know it. It's not, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a difference between I stream out of convenience and someone telling you to your face, nah, I'm not going to do it. Cool. Right. That's cool. It is up to no one to support you. But if you tell me, like I said, you tell me you love me, you're going to have to show me. $1.25. Hey, man, put that $1.25 out. 69 cents? Put that 69 cents out for me. You spend more on a cup of coffee. You got me. We spend dollars every day. Of course, I'm gonna spend that dollar on my guy, on my girl.
So let me ask you this, because there's a lot of information out there, right? And is what is to achieve like that goal of selling and things like that and charting, right? Is it more so the sales of the records you're selling, or is it how much money the artist is paying the marketer to get them that spot?
All of the above.
So is it
literally? I said it's gonna be the realest interview we ever done. Literally all of the above, because number one, like I said, let us not pretend. So again, I have a team. I pay these men well so they can do their job and use their network and get to the people that we're gonna get to buy your record. These are new fans. Like the number one thing most artists always say is, I want organic. That is the craziest little buzzword that's been going around our industry now for a nice little time frame now. But the reality is, you want organic? Cool. I'm gonna charge you on iTunes. Well, how's that organic? What are you talking about? How is me putting you in the hands of 100+ million people not organic? You're on a national chart that sees international viewership daily. What are you talking about? The goal here is to take you from the life that you have to give you the life that you say you want. And you don't know what that looks like yet. But I'm around a whole lot of people that do. And it's not hard. Like I said, it's all of the above. The goal is, well, what are you trying to do? Because most big artists that we look at have budgets, and those budgets aren't just blow the budget in a day. It's scaled out for months on end to be useful because there is marketing dollars and then there's the fan base. And the goal is to have the marketing dollars and the fan base work together to both push an artist and sustain an artist and keep your career going. Look, if me and you right now, look, if we walk into the club right now, right, and the radio station was in the club and they started playing a Nelly record, guess what? That is great marketing and promotion mixed with us because I'm a Nelly fan. So I know these records. I party to these records. I grew up on these records. That right there is a success. And that my goal and your goal as an artist is to do the other side of what I can't do. See, I can't reach into the hearts and minds of your fan base. You can. I can't do that. But you know what I can do? I can put you on that billboard in Times Square.
Yeah.
When your fan base say they're gonna be, when imagine, like let's paint this picture real quick. You say I'm gonna be in Quad. I'm gonna be in Quad Studios in right there in Times Square in New York City. Cool. You show up at Quad Studios. You in there. You win and spend some money on a feature. Name whatever feature it is. You take a picture together. I'm gonna look at you and go, hey, you know what we need to do real quick? Spend a little change. You can go put this feature, you and this feature up on the largest billboard in Times Square. And on it, you're gonna write, I'm in the studio right now working on my next hit. Hit me up. Leave your social media, the handle. Guess what you just did? On a Friday night in the middle of Times Square. You just showcased your artistry to the hundreds of thousands of people right below this. How much time did it take you? What are the benefits of it? Don't you think that at that point your social media, just off the strength, off the humble, look what you just did. Look what you just did. Now you're about to have organic followers, people that are just curious about who you are, what you say you're doing. That's the beautiful part about it. At that point, this is where your artistry and your fan base meets my marketing prowess. And now you ride that little wave that you just created. Now you make a small snippet of the record. And you go ahead and put that record out. That's the next post. Why? Because the people that were in Times Square that saw your billboard in Times Square, now they're going to your social, most likely it's your IG. Yeah, and guess what? Bam, you just put it together. You pulled up Canva, made a little quick video. Got the sound on there, got the rough on there. If you want it like that, bam. In studio footage, bam. It's stuff like that. And don't release the record in like 2 weeks. Hey, let's take our time with this record and its release schedule. Because you're going to put out more records. You want to put out more records. Again, the goal is I can put out a big thing in Times Square that says buy now. But it'll be different if I catch you on a video while you're in the studio and the thing comes across the screen says coming soon. And it's a video of you and whoever the featured artist is. You see what I'm saying? It's a different emotional response. And our goal is to capture that emotional response and get it out to as many people as possible. So yeah, charting an artist, you know what that does? It gets you one of those back there. It gives you one of those, yo.
Yeah,
It gets you one of those.
We know you got a couple of them.
And
so
that's the goal. That's the goal.
You said something very good though. Something I kind of want to reiterate on. You can take them to a destination. You can put them on a billboard. You can walk them in the room to the label. You can put them in a place, but now it's up to the artist to actually reach the hearts and minds of the people.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was very good because oftentimes a lot of artists could be too analytical, that they're not more focused on how can I reach, the people who are actually listening to the music.
Yeah.
And it's just good that you worded it like that. And then the other part of it is that people who would be sitting in seats like me, or just individuals who want to help the artist succeed, do what they can do, use all the tools that they can do just to make sure records they're doing the best that they can, to understand like it's our job to help put you into, take you to a destination. But you have to, like, we can take you to the job interview, but you got to do the interview. You
Yep.
know, we can put you on stage, but you got to perform. You know what I'm saying? We can take you to a place, but you are the one who actually has to make the impact on people. So that was really dope. That was really dope. So Grammy season, like you said, you're doing a lot right now. How do you how does being a part of like these organizations, that you're a part of, how does it make an impact kind of like on what you're doing now and like the artists you're working with? And in context of kind of like what we're saying, how you're working with artists one-on-one, individually, and you're taking them from where they're at and you're trying to help the record succeed in on the musical end, so recording and mixing the record, all the way to promoting. How does like being a part of like the Grammys, like I know you're on the board as well for what, the DC chapter?
Yes. So I'm actually in the I'm a what's the word I'm looking for? I'm a member of the board for the producer and engineers wing on the DC chapter.
Okay, on the DC. So
Yes.
so
And
how does
I'm a
that
voting member as well. So yeah.
Okay, cool. So how does that make a difference in the artist life or in the personal kind of relationships that you have with these artists? Like, is it a benefit to them, or is this more so just a contribution that you're doing to the organizations just to make the organizations better, or what do you get from it even? Or but the real question is, how does that kind of like affect the artist that you're working with now? Like, does that help them in any way, shape, or form when we're talking about promoting these artists or helping these artists and charting them?
So first first question, the answer is like I said before, all of the above. So explaining it, because at the end of the day, you need somebody in the room. Period.
Mm.
You need somebody in the room for when for the conversation of, man, these folks so many folks be gatekeeping. Well, I don't. I'm here at the gate. I'm very welcome inside. I sit down. I can chill in the living room. I'm here. That's the thing. You need an inside. You need to know what's going on. You can't put it this way. It's kind of like at this point, I look at it, and we've discussed this before. I look at it like the NBA, man. I'm in the league, and you say you want to play in the league. Okay, well, cool. You can't be oblivious to the things that are known throughout the league, because then you just look like you don't know what's going on. So I'm here to help you be more part of the league and teach you about what's going on and how you can fit in and where you can fit in. So when you do fit in, you're not oblivious to what's going on around you. So it's like right now, I just joined the Gospel Music Association because I've been working with a lot of gospel artists. I found that to be a great move because I work with a lot of gospel artists, and the Dove Awards are the Grammys of gospel music.
Yeah.
So, okay, cool. So now I can vote for that kind of thing. But you know what? When I go and I check people out and I meet these new people, they're going to teach me the ropes. Because again, outside of the Gospel Music Association, I'm a Recording Academy member. So now I get to play on both fields. And that's an important thing for the artists I work with. Because now I can tell them firsthand, well, it works like this. These are the expectations. This is what you have to do. This is how we have to move. Yeah. When you said something earlier, and this is how I look at it from when artists, like you said, become too analytical. I find that impossible for artists because artists never deep dive on their analytics. They never do. You know what
They
I'm
worry
saying?
about it. They worry about it
They
though. They
do.
worry about it as if They're looking at their numbers.
Yeah, but they're not, and that's the funny thing. Like exactly. It's like you're worried about something that you really you're not even. Listen, it's like stubbing your toe on the bed or the corner of an end table. Realistically speaking, if you could touch that bed or the end table and see the life that it had to get to where it is, you'd probably be amazed. That's how I look at it when it comes to artists and analytics. I'm gonna sit down. I know what to pull up. Trust me, I got those 3 apps to pull up, and I know the numbers to call, and I got the people on speed dial to be like, "Hey, I need you to look somebody up for me real quick." I'm gonna look it up myself. I'm gonna see what's really up. I'm gonna see how many records you sold. I'm gonna see how many streams you've gotten in all your whole career. I'm gonna look at it, and I'm gonna be able to. I can mentally now paint this picture of who you are, and I'm gonna see the holes. I'm gonna see all the holes in your career, your missteps, things that you didn't know. Let me tell you, man. In these last 6, 7 months, you have no idea how many artists I've talked to and had this kind of conversation with, especially consultations now, with renewed eyes. Because now I can literally pull up their entire career in front of them and say, this is what you look like. It doesn't matter what you look like right now. It doesn't matter what you're doing right now. Because if what you're doing right now is not making a dent, and this is what you look like at all times right now. And this is what you've looked like for the last X amount of time. And that changes a person. It just innately changes a person because now you realize, well, this is what your competition looks like. And now that you really know your analytics, now you can set proper goals. And that's what I love about doing the marketing thing. Not just, oh, I could do this, or we could do this. Me and my team, for real, we break it all down and give you the real. This is what you look like. This is how you've been moving. This is how many plays you've gotten, how many spins you've gotten, how many charts you've hit, how many playlists you're on. For real, right now. Not the, oh, you've made it to 11 playlists, and they've given you the names. I don't want just the names. I want the countries. I want the cities. I want to know how many times you got played on that playlist. I want the playlist position. I want that because I'm going to use that to big you up. That's what I'm saying. That's the difference. And that is why, like I said, I knew you hear it. I love my job, yo. That's why I love my job because it's like, you know what we about to do? We about to introduce people like you hold, baby. They don't even know who you are. Like, dog, you know how many people I've talked to that have charted all over the world their entire career and never knew that they ever hit an iTunes chart ever? Like top 20. Number 1. Like, dog, the number is crazy. But there's no one designated to tell you that. There's no individual designated to tell you, hey, man, congratulations, you just hit this iTunes chart at such and such in Bulgaria. Congratulations. No one's designated for that. How are you going to know that? Until you meet, like I said, until you meet someone like myself. And I'm not the only one, but again, unless you meet someone like me, you're never going to know. So I have looked up so many different careers of the people I grew up with and was like, man, this right here, this month of this year was their moment where they had it all. They had the plays, they had the radio, they hit the charts all over the world, and they didn't know it, and they gave up. Because here in America, there is no one that was like, hey, you're doing this, and this, keep it up. Because we didn't have the network of someone like myself, someone like yourself. It didn't exist. So a lot of folks gave up. Even though they were hitting milestone after milestone, they just gave it up. That's why. That's why I tell you it's all of the above. Because imagine the celebrations that were missed out on. Yeah. That's why I say I love my job. Imagine that.
Your own party. You missing out on your own party.
Think about it. Think about the celebrations. The moments that the what is it? The imposter syndromes that were created from so many people. Like, man, I feel like I belong here, but I don't belong here. I'm not as nice as such and such. No, you were nice as such and such. It's just that such and such is signed to a label. And that label has all the analytics. and they can celebrate and go, we got the number of such and such artists in the entire country. Well, so look at you, you did it on your own.
So let me ask you this, because I know earlier you was playing, like, when I said, like, what's the first thing they do? And you're like, well, hire me. So before somebody even does that, right? Before somebody even does that, we know the record has to be dope. Duh.
Dope is
What
relative.
else?
Dope is relative, and I can say that honestly now.
Yeah,
Now I can say that.
Yeah. I guess so. You can. I guess. If we're talking about in the units in which we measure dope, I'm pretty. Since you work in the field of the units of measurement, I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure.
dope is you know what it is. Dope. I'll put it like this: success from an analytical standpoint is all measured in the kind of music you make and how it makes a person feel. And that's how I would nowadays help an artist. Make me a record, like when I'm in the studio now, make me a record that makes me feel something every time I hear the record.
That's good.
I want to feel something. I don't care what you make me feel. You can make me feel hate, anger, love. So I want to turn this record on, and I get hit by an emotional wave every time I put this record on. Like Taylor Swift is great at that. Old Kanye is great at that. Jay-Z is great at that. You see what I'm saying? Kendrick is great at that. Beyonce is amazing at that. Like, you put on a record and it's a wave after wave. And it don't even gotta be the lyrics. It's the passion, the feeling. Like, yeah, that matters. And I think some folks forget that matters the most. That's the highest of the high. That's the moment. Those are these moments where it's like, well, I remember I was a high school boy and this record came out. I remember where I was when I first heard Soldier Boy and I heard Crank That. All right, I remember where I was, and that's what matters the most, and that's where artists get lost in the creative process. Look, you could be as creative if you want, but if you start giving the world moments when they hear your record,
I'll give the world moments.
They're gonna love you forever. They're gonna love you forever, yo.
So basically, the songs that you see that are the most impactful, I'll use that word, that aren't just doing well on a chart or sales, but that are most impactful are the ones that artists spend time on, how they portray whatever they're feeling across to someone else.
Mm-hmm.
And then at that point, you say, okay, now let's put an engine behind it.
Yeah, or as we like to call it, push the button.
Okay, cool. And now at this point, let's push the button.
Yep. And we wait for the client to tell us that because pushing the button is different at different stages. So it's like, okay, cool. How do you basically pushing the button is how do you want us to move? Right. Or we're executing a plan. So I could be in the midst of executing a plan. It's like, all right, cool. Just let me know when it's time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, me and my partner have partnered up with a PR company. So we have a company that deals with the visual aspect of what the artist looks like to the public. You see what I mean? That's why all these things are important. It don't gotta cost you an arm and a leg.
You're almost like a mini label.
Oh yeah. Oh look, that's my goal. That's my goal. I'm gonna start my label next year. But my goal is to soak up all the game of doing it. Because a lot of folks, like when they a lot of folks have asked me to sign them for years. I've always told everybody I'm not doing it without the proper backing. I want that Cash Money deal. I want that No Limit deal. I want that Diddy deal. It's got to be 10 million or better because if I start a label, I know what it's worth. You see what I'm saying? I know what I'm bringing to the table, and you're not gonna tell me otherwise because of what I'm doing now, I'll be able to get that on my own. And if I've learned anything, it's that the smart record labels are gonna say, "Oh, this boy gonna be a problem. We got to get him now before the budget goes up higher because it's gonna be." You see what I'm saying? Because there's gonna be a moment where I'm like, "Yo, my label's worth $1 million, so you better give me 5 because by next year I'm gonna be worth 5, and I'm gonna take that 5 and I'm gonna find more artists and I'm gonna be worth like 15 or 20." and every time you're gonna have to run it up, and because that's how I work, and my team and my partners and that's how they work too. So it's like cool, we're gonna figure out the entire thing, work with everybody we need to work with, and partner up with all the right people because I can make moves behind the scenes. I don't gotta be in the front, and because I spent most of my career being an engineer, I know what it's like to play the backfield.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
producer friends like you, I'd be like, all right, bet, and we're in that same group. So it's like, cool. I know what it's like to be behind the scenes. I can walk into any room, anywhere. I like this record. We should chart this record. And they look at me and go, who are you? And that's it. That's all I gotta say. Look, man, I went from being the guy with just the shirt with the t-shirt on and the shorts on, flip flops, to the guy in the suit with the shorts on. You know what I'm saying? Now, because that's the thing. Because I can sit down.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable now. I can sit down and go, yeah, man, this record fire. We should chart this. Chart this way. We should chart this on iTunes. Yo. I think they would really like it. Really? Yeah, because that's the thing. You only chart on iTunes because of sales. You only chart on Amazon Music because of sales.
Right.
Billboard is a combination. It's sales, radio, and streams. That's Billboard. But the majority of it, it's all sales. Like, our industry runs off of sales. They run off of record sales. Everything converts to sales. Streams convert to sales. Sales are sales. So again, that's why I said in the beginning, I don't want to deal with streaming. Not in that way. I deal with streaming because it's an important factor. But I want to play at the top of the mountain already that streaming has to get to. Streaming got to get up to the place where it's like sales because you got to convert it. Me, man, give me the sales. Let's sell these records. Let us influence people to buy. Let's make you new fans. Let's get those new fans that be like, yo, I found such and such. Yeah, these are the people that are gonna go buy your concert tickets. Let's go talk to them. Let's go talk to them people. I don't care about the people that just be like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and play because it's my man's record. You really rock with your man's? Go buy a shirt. Go buy the hat. And have the record. Make the record your ringtone. Let everybody know. That's my man's calling right now. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Yeah. Put your man's on. Put him on, yo. You know what I'm saying? You put on for a bunch of people that don't even know you. You should show the most love for the people that do. And that's my job. My job is to now convince a whole rack of people that y'all should be rocking with this man. Why should I be rocking with this man? Because he rock with you. Because he rock with you. He love y'all. He wants y'all to love him back. He gonna show you love. Tell him I sent you and watch what happens. So every time. That's what I love my job, yo. I love mixing records. I love marketing.
Man, well, listen. you definitely came and you definitely gave us some game on today, and clearly you're knowledgeable on both ends of the spectrum when it comes to the creativity part and what we should be doing as artists, and how we can, us as producers, can help these artists actually go further with their music and stuff, man. So yeah, man, this was awesome. I could sit here all day.
Oh,
I can sit here
yeah.
all day, and because if y'all don't know, William got the bag of tricks. He got the Barney bag of tricks, and we can sit here all day. And
and they all
he
work
has
too.
all the game you need to get anything. It's like that one dude in the hood who got everything you need. I'm pretty sure before this, William was the guy, walking around like, what you need? You want some oil or you want a CD? Oh, I got some socks. Or like, that was
You know what?
William.
My family. Actually, I come from that with my family. My family. I grew up with them hustling in Brooklyn like that. So I grew up watching that, and it's like I see them do everything: sell shirts, bootleg CDs, cassette tapes, again VHS. I watched them.
You probably walk up, man. I got blinds. Y'all need some blinds? I got
You
some
know what?
blinds.
So here was the thing. I wasn't that guy. My family, like I said, the guys in my family were like that. I was the next generation. So again, I grew up drawing, and for me, I was like, okay, once I moved to Southern Maryland, I sold my drawings. So I would sell it to tattoo artists. People, any holiday, I would do holiday like postcards and stuff like that for people. Valentine's Day, I'd make Valentine's Day cards, all
Yeah.
custom for folks. And that's the thing. I've learned let me use my talents that I have and to do the thing that I say I love. And that's important because I say I love it. I got to show it. I got to show it. If I love it, I got to show it. So it's like right now, all the plaques in my spot, I designed them all. Like I got all these new customers to just hit me up because they love the design of the plaque. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That hits me in a place that I haven't been in so long that I've missed it so much that now it's like it just pours out of me. I can just sit down. Well, we had the same conversation. I'll be looking at the computer, just designing. My mind in both places. I'll be done. Hey dog, I'm done with the design. You wanna check it out? You be like, yeah. You be like, oh my God. And I got so many. Like I just did a Missy Elliott joint. Boy, Missy Elliott plaque is cold, boy. It is cold. And it looks incredible. But that's what I mean. I love these things. I love the knowledge part. I love being able to prove to people that we can do it from any place. It's like I want to be Steph Curry with this. I want to hit from any point on the court because we can.
Yeah.
You can't. I don't want no one to be able to tell me I can't do it. I don't want no one to tell me, oh man, this artist, he ain't even nobody, man. How you gonna turn somebody that's a nobody into a somebody? Because I've done it before and I can do it again, and I'm gonna prove that I can do it every time. And that's the thing. You keep telling me what I can't do. I'm gonna show you what I can do. I'm gonna show you how I do it too. And that's the thing. I love doing that. I love hitting that game winner. I love hitting those long threes, man. Pass me the rock. Woo. All the way from down court. Whole court. Cool. In. Like I love that. Because at the end of the day, I wanna show people that you're gonna trust me. Simple. Put it in my hands. That's it. Like I said, I've related to basketball. Just give me the rock. If you say you're scared, you never done this before, it's okay, I have. Just give me the rock. I'm gonna shoot it in. I got you. And we're gonna keep playing the game. My goal is to bring you home a ring. Simple as that. I'm trying to take you from Cleveland to the Lakers. That's it.
Well, bro, listen. Nobody can tell it like you can tell it. And clearly, we thank you for jumping on with us on today. Clearly, you have gave us enough practical things to kind of do, and we're going to make sure that all your information is in the description of this video as well. So for all of those who are interested in getting your song further promoted, whether it's charting or whether you just need the insight on what to do, we're going to make sure William's information is in the description below so y'all can check that out. You got any last words, William?
Oh yeah, of course. So of course this would not be an interview unless I shout out my wife. So thank you very much to the wife. I do it for every interview, so I'm not gonna stop now.
Hey.
And then on top of hey, look. And then on top of that, of course, I love, respect, and want to honor every one of my members here at the DC chapter for the Audio Engineering Society. It is my honor and pleasure to be your president, your chairman, and I hope and really, 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 really pray that we can all get together in these next coming years to build something incredible. So I appreciate you, love you, thank you so much for your support continuously. And of course, hey, look, hit me up. I'm literally everywhere on the internet. Literally everywhere. I am one of 2 William Bowsers in the music industry.
We're going to make sure that they get to you as well. So for all y'all who are still on, thank you so much for joining us for this episode of On the Mic. Before you leave, check the description. There's a whole bunch of free goodies in the description for you. And click the like button, subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you can get more videos like this. We will see you in the next video. Peace.